BTS news today. The sky over Los Angeles was gray when the shocking news spread like wildfire. It began as a whisper within HYB's internal circle, but within minutes, a low-resolution video surfaced on a major global BTS fan forum. The footage showed the inside of a studio, pale white lighting, and then Jungkook's body suddenly collapsing to the floor without a word. It was as if the world stopped. Not only armies, even the American media immediately took notice. The video showed a brief recording from inside the Wilshire studio in LA, where BTS was reportedly working on their comeback project. Jungkook, deeply focused, wore a sleeveless white shirt and black training pants. Sweat glistened on his temple, but no one expected him to collapse like a puppet with its string cut. In the video, Jimin's scream was the most distinct. Jungkook ah. He ran, throwing off his headphones without thinking, and knelt beside the unconscious Magne. Suga, sitting in the corner, stood up in a panic, while RM turned to the recording engineer and signaled for medical help. According to a source from HYB America, the incident occurred around 2:32 p.m. local time, just minutes before they were about to begin recording the final harmonization of their new album's title track. All activity in the studio was halted immediately. An ambulance arrived within 7 minutes, and Jungkook was rushed to UCLA Medical Center, accompanied by Jimin and 2 managers. CCTV footage from the hallway showed Jimin holding back tears, clutching Jungkook's hand on the stretcher. Of course, the news couldn't be kept hidden for long. Within just 45 minutes of the video leaking on social media, the hashtag #StayStrongJungkook became the #1 trending topic worldwide. But behind the global commotion and sorrow, there were layers of stories the public had never seen. The human side of Jungkook, who for so long had been portrayed as the perfect Magne, energetic, unshakable, and always smiling. A week prior, according to a close source, Jungkook had been under immense pressure trying to finish BTS's ambitious new project. The album was not just a symbol of their reunion after military service, but a turning point in their careers, more mature, more emotional, more personal. He's been sleeping less than 3 hours a night for the past week, the source said. He pushed himself too hard because he wanted everything to be perfect. He wanted to give ARMY the best gift after years of waiting. Jungkook's habit of hiding his exhaustion only made things worse. He wasn't one to complain. Even when his body started showing signs of fatigue, he kept singing, kept dancing, kept pushing. He didn't want to be a burden. Jimin whispered to a nurse with swollen eyes as they waited for the test results. But now I feel like I'm the burden, for not realizing it sooner. Jimin never left Jungkook's hospital bedside. Even after the doctor declared it was just severe exhaustion and dehydration, he remained there, holding his friend's hand, watching over the face that now rested in rare peace. Hours later, when Jungkook slowly opened his eyes, the first thing he saw was the white ceiling and the faint sound of the 4 machine. Then, Jimin's voice. "You're awake." Jungkook turned his head slowly, offering a weak smile. "Were you crying?" he asked in a raspy voice. Jimin couldn't hold back a mix of laughter and tears. He lowered his head, gripping Jungkook's hand tighter. "You scared me to death, idiot." "Sorry." That one word shattered everything. Jimin gently hugged him, as if to make sure the body he held was truly alive and warm. "I never want to see you like that again, Jungkook. Don't you dare hide anything from me ever again." Jungkook nodded, holding back the tears that brimmed. He knew Jimin's fear wasn't ordinary. It was the fear of a brother, someone who had grown with him through joy and pain. Outside the hospital, reporters and fans gathered, holding candles and signs of support. HYB finally released an official statement at 7 p.m. local time. "We would like to confirm that BTS's Jungkook experienced severe exhaustion during recording today. He is now in stable condition and resting under medical supervision. We kindly ask for your understanding and privacy during his recovery." But what the statement didn't say was the immense love flowing from BTS members for Jungkook. Taeyong, who was in Korea for personal schedules, called via video. Suga brought warm food. RM sat silently, reading poetry in the waiting room, patiently waiting for visiting hours to begin so he could hug their youngest. That night, once things calmed down and the room fell silent, Jungkook opened his eyes again and called out to Jimin. "You know, I heard you shouting my name before I passed out," he whispered. Jimin turned. "And that's what made me feel safe. Even when I wasn't conscious, I knew you were there." Jimin nodded. "And I always will be." After 2 days in the hospital, doctors allowed Jungkook to return to the hotel for recovery. But something had clearly changed. The rehearsal schedule was restructured. HYB added rest days to their calendar. Jungkook started journaling his thoughts, something he once brushed off. In one journal entry, later posted on Weverse a week after the incident, he wrote, "That day, I thought I fell, but I was actually being taught to pause. I forgot I was human. Thank you for reminding me I'm not alone. Thank you, Jimin. Thank you, BTS. Thank you, Army." No one knows when the video was recorded or who leaked it. But one thing is certain, the incident opened many eyes to the harsh realities behind the stage and the priceless bond shared among BTS members. Now, 2 weeks later, Jungkook is back in the studio, but this time with more balance and awareness. He's still a perfectionist, but now with more kindness toward himself. And at every recording session, Jimin sits in the corner of the room, smiling and occasionally reminding, "Take a break, Jungkook. Don't wait until you collapse again." Jungkook's smile always returns. You don't need a viral video to prove that love, care, and togetherness are the real foundation of BTS. But sometimes, even the scariest moments can bring us back to what truly matters, that behind the dazzling lights of the stage. There are hearts beating and hands always ready to catch one another when someone falls. As time passed and night gave way to morning in Los Angeles, Jungkook was still resting peacefully in the private suite provided by HYB in their luxury hotel. The noise of the outside world couldn't reach the room. There was only the ticking of a wall clock, the soft hum of the air conditioning, and Jimin's gentle murmurs as he sat by the bed, scrolling through his phone, replying to messages of support. In the corner, a HYB staffer sat with a laptop, working to manage any negative news. Their mission that night was simple: keep the peace. But behind all the professional management, a quiet worry still lingered, not about Jungkook's medical state, now stable, but about the question haunting everyone's minds: how did it go this far the next morning? As sunlight filtered through the tall glass windows, Jungkook woke up, still weak, but smiling again. He looked at Jimin sleeping curled up on the couch, phone still in hand. He tried to sit up, groaning softly, waking Jimin. "You're awake." Jimin quickly stood, concern etched on his face. "I've slept enough, Hyung." "Now it's your turn," Jungkook mumbled, voice hoarse but warm. "Don't joke. I didn't even dare sleep last night. I was scared you'd wake up and I wouldn't be here." Jungkook nodded slowly. "Thanks for not leaving." Jimin sat back beside the bed, touched Jungkook's forehead, checking his temperature. "Doctor said you had extreme fatigue, dehydration, no sleep. A terrible combo, Cook." "I know," he whispered. "I just wanted it to be perfect. We haven't performed together in so long. I was afraid I wasn't enough, not enough." Jimin stared hard. "Jungkook, even if you just sat silently on stage, Army would still love you. And so would we." Jungkook lowered his head. "I pushed too hard, didn't I?" Jimin nodded. "But you're not alone. You should have told me. Or someone. Don't bottle it all up."